Remy says, what are some simple, easy to implement things we can do, preferably white labeled, that we can apply to client campaigns to help them optimize revenue and conversions alongside traditional SEO retainers? Well, again, what I just talked about a moment ago, Remy, with Lane, I think it was about, optimizing their business processes, right? That's super helpful. Remember, guys, think about how many of you here struggle with developing systems for your own business, for your own tasks that you do, even stuff that you do repeatedly, right? Repetitively. I know, because I've been coaching a lot of you guys in this space, at least in our little audience that we have. I know, because I hear it all the time about, how have you systematized your own business? And if you haven't, why haven't you? And I already know the answer, because it's difficult and time consuming, right? Well, most of the clients that you're going to talk with are probably in the same boat, right? They're running their business and they are intimately involved in the day-to-day operations. Most of them, at least I deal with a lot of contractors and again, tree service contractors, generally smaller companies. And so they don't really have any kind of business optimization for the most part. I know different industries are going to be different, but what I'm saying is a lot of business owners aren't very efficient at managing or operating their business and developing systems, et cetera. And that's why they remain as small businesses and they don't really ever grow and scale. They might make a nice living for themselves and their family, but they don't really ever become super big. And maybe they don't want to become big. But I know a lot of business owners that have aspirations to grow their companies into larger companies and make shit ton of money, but they have shitty processes, right? Or lack thereof, right? They don't have good processes. They don't have systems. And things like that. And so the point that I'm trying to make is, if you can help them to systematize their business, productize their products or services, right? Like make it easier to fulfill, more efficient. Again, talking about even like something as simple as a lead management app or an answering service, if it's for a contractor, things like that are easy to implement on our end, but significantly valuable to the client. And we can help assist them in integrating those systems into their business. And that elevates our status from just a commoditized SEO provider to more of a business advisor. Does that make sense? So again, it increases your value considerably instead of just, right. Think about this, guys. SEOs are a dime a dozen. I'm sure every business owner and every one of you on this webinar right now, if you have a real valid business, a real company, you probably get cold email all the time from SEOs in India and, and all over the world that send you, so what I'm saying is SEOs are a dime a dozen. We are a commodity. If that's all you do is SEO, you're a commodity. So that's why it makes sense to help optimize business processes, increase conversions, help with the sales process. All of these things that you can advise your client on to help get better results. Yeah, SEO might be kind of like your mechanism for generating more leads, but if you are helping them to process those leads more efficiently, close more of those leads into sales, now you are more of a business advisor than just an SEO, right? You become much more valuable. And so again, things like I just mentioned, lead management apps, so a CRM, SOPs, project management systems, follow-up systems, answering services. All these things are fairly easy to implement if you have, kind of a system, a process for it, right? And so again, with the tree service guys, like I said, I have one app that I developed, so I know it well, and I push that onto all of them. If they want to have a lead generation engagement with me, then I push that onto them. And so again, one industry, I only have to know how to build that and integrate those systems into one industry type. And then it's the same thing pretty much every time, which is why, again, going back to having one single industry is much easier to scale. So hopefully that's clear. There's a number of things that you can do to help them improve processes.